JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, double murder in Lilliput, St. James. An elderly dressmaker and a man were fatally shot by gunmen at the woman's home in Lilliput, St. James on Thursday. They have been identified as 63-year-old Vernice Blackwood and 28-year-old Romari Brumfield, a music producer, both of Randall Hill in Lilliput. Reports from the Barrytown police are that shortly after 6 o'clock, Blackwood and Brumfield were at the woman's home when men armed with handguns walked into the yard. The men reportedly opened fire on Blackwood. who was sitting on her veranda. They then walked to the side of the house and opened fire, hitting Brumfield. The woman's son, who is friends with Brumfield, managed to escape being hurt. The gunmen fled the scene into the area. Police investigators who arrived at the scene discovered the victims lying in blood and suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. They were transported to the Cornwall Regional Hospital, where they were pronounced dead. 7 injured following St. James crash. 7 people who were traveling in a public passenger vehicle were rushed to hospital with varying degrees of injuries following a 2-vehicle collision on the Rosal Main Road in St. James on Thursday afternoon. The collision, which occurred about 2:55 p.m., involved a Toyota Vauxhall being used as a taxi and a truck. Reports are that the injured, 4 men and 3 women, were traveling in the Vauxhall as it headed towards Montego Bay. One suffered serious injuries to his face and neck. His condition is unknown. The driver of the taxi is said to have suffered a number of broken bones during the incident. No one traveling in the truck, which was heading in the opposite direction, was injured. A unit from the Jamaica Fire Brigade and an ambulance from the Iron Shore Station responded. 2 other ambulances from the Falmouth Hospital were also on the scene. Prisoner fatally stabbed at Toe Street Correctional Facility. A male inmate was today fatally stabbed by another during a dispute at the Toe Street Adult Correctional Center in Kingston. He has been identified as Melvin Hill. The incident happened around 1 p.m. It is understood that during the dispute, a sharp instrument was brought into play. The Department of Correctional Services has confirmed the incident and said that more information will be provided in short order. The police and the Independent Commission of Investigations are conducting separate probes into the incident. Men being sought for stabbing of Portmore Schoolboy. The St. Catherine South Police are seeking 4 men in relation to the stabbing of a male student in Portmore, St. Catherine. Being sought are a man known as Ayers from Power Lane in Newlands, a man known as EJ from Power Lane in Newlands, a man known as OD from Hardware Lane in Newlands, and a man known as Okra from Rosemary Lane in Newlands. They are being asked to report to the Portmore Criminal Investigations Branch immediately. The men are being sought in relation to a case of wounding with intent. The 16-year-old Cumberland student was stabbed during the attack, which occurred about 3 p.m. on Cumberland Drive. He is reportedly in stable condition at hospital. The attack was videotaped and is making the rounds on social media platforms. Members of the public are being asked to assist by providing information to the police on the whereabouts of these men. Farmer fatally stabbed in Portland. Brothers arrested. 2 Portland brothers are to face questioning from police investigators over the stabbing death of a farmer during a domestic dispute in Lennox District. The deceased has been identified as 37-year-old Leighton Biggs, also called Zeeks. The incident happened on Wednesday night. It is reported that Biggs went to visit the brother's uncle to complain that he was not properly paid for work he had carried out for one of them. It is reported that Biggs and the brother in question got into an argument. Shortly after, the man's sibling turned up and he too became embroiled in the argument with the now deceased. The police said that the uncle then left and went inside the house. On returning outside, the uncle saw Biggs running towards him, bleeding from a wound to the left side of his chest, according to the police. Responding to the incident, the police said that an examination of Biggs revealed that he had what appeared to be 2 stab wounds with a knife in one of them. The farmer was rushed to the Arnett Gardens Hospital, where he was pronounced dead upon arrival. The brothers were subsequently taken into custody. Body of woman found in Monique. The body of a woman, identified so far as Mitzi, was found in Monique, Centon on Friday morning. A police source said that residents alerted lawmen when they stumbled upon the body. Lawmen said when they arrived on the scene, the deceased was found with her head bashed in. The body was sporting a red shoe but was partially naked. We'll keep you updated as soon as more information is received. Jinon Panton to return to court in December. Jinon Panton, the lone accused in the multi-billion-dollar fraud investigation at Stockton Securities Limited, SSL, was yesterday further remanded when the case was adjourned until December 6. The former SSL client relationship manager is facing a 22-count indictment charging her with forgery, larceny as a servant, and engaging in a transaction involving criminal property. Yesterday, when the matter was called up, the Home Circuit Court was informed that the case file was still incomplete. The outstanding documents listed are the Communication Forensics and the Cybercrime Division report and a Cyber Expert report from the Financial Investigative Division. Justice Vinette Graham Allen was informed that the delay was the result of the volume of information spanning over a decade that is being analyzed. In the meantime, the court was informed that 5 statements pertaining to the chain of custody of various items have not been disclosed to the defense. Consequently, the judge adjourned the matter to facilitate the disclosure and to allow the defense to take written instructions from the defendant. The judge also indicated that a date for a plea and case management hearing would be fixed on the next court date once full disclosure had been made. Meanwhile, Justice Graham Allen reminded the prosecution of the new standing order being practiced in the courts, in which victims and witnesses are to be kept abreast of the progress of the case after each hearing. Panton, who appeared via Zoom, was remanded. Man listed as wanted for Arnett Gardens murder. Detectives assigned to the Kingston West Criminal Investigations Branch have listed a man as wanted in connection with a murder committed in Arnett Gardens. Being sought is Neil Williams, otherwise called Click Bean, of Phase 5 Havana in Arnett Gardens. Williams is wanted for the murder of Damian Green, which was committed on Thursday, June 1 in the community. He's been asked to report to the Denham Town CIB by 6 p.m. on Friday, June 16. Anyone with information that can assist the police in locating Neil Williams is being asked to contact the Denham Town Police at 876-948-6443, Police 119 emergency number, Crime Stopper 311, or the nearest police station. Vance recommend former Police Commissioner Ellington as Transport Authority Chairman. Minister of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport Darrell Vance says he will in short order submit a recommendation to the Cabinet for a former Commissioner of Police, Owen Ellington, to be appointed Chairman of the Transport Authority. He made the announcement while delivering the main address at the Authority's Transportation Conference 2023 today at the University of the West Indies Regional Headquarters in Mona, St. Andrew. Ellington, who was Police Commissioner from 2010 to 2014, will replace Joseph Shakur, who was appointed Chairman of the Transport Authority in 2016. The Transport Authority is the agency charged with the responsibility for the licensing of all public and commercial vehicles and the regulating and monitoring of public transportation in Jamaica. Where is Daddy? Yesterday afternoon, Tessica Rodriguez, mother of Akeem White, the taxi operator from Epsom 8 West in Greater Portmore, St. Catherine, who was fatally shot on Tuesday, could only find herself sitting under a tree across from his house and weeping. It is alleged that about 1:36 p.m., the 27-year-old taxi operator was picking up students along Britton Park Main Road when a man walked up to him and opened fire. White reportedly ran towards a nearby tree where he collapsed. He was pronounced dead at hospital. While speaking on Wednesday, Rodriguez insisted that her son, who had also been known as Russian and Little Pre, was not a troublemaker and did not deserve the end he got. She said he was a good father to his 3-year-old daughter. Anybody can tell you, if you see it on the social media, you don't know that everybody had good things to say about him. Him not trouble people. If me you not talk, him not talk to you, said Rodriguez, who has been living in Epsom 8 West for more than 20 years. He's a boy of ambition. Him have upon him something 100% promising. Him say, Mommy, me go look after you and my sister. 100% promising, she said. The grieving mother said her son's ambition was shown when he went for work and traveled overseas and bought a Toyota Caldina motor car to start running taxi services until he upgraded to owning a Toyota Isis. Rodriguez said she was undergoing a process to get the fitness of her car passed in Spanish Town when she was alerted about the death of her son, who had only recently celebrated his birthday in May. The loss of her son is one Rodriguez believes will always puzzle her, given that she says she directed him along the correct path in life. If me grew up in a garrison, me could say, yes, I have garrison friend. None of me two pitney them grew up in a garrison, and me alone grew up in a garrison. So if me as a garrison woman know say mix up, me won't feel it so. Him not drink and him not smoke. So if it was a pitney where me know say him did have the bad friend them, me won't feel it so, she said while crying. For the deceased girlfriend and the mother of his 3-year-old, if she could turn back the hands of time, she would not have allowed him to leave their home. His and his daughter's last words were, she said to him, Daddy, stay with me now, me no feel good. And him said to her, Mama, me soon come. Me go pick up his school pitney them. And when he was going through the gate, if me know that would be my last kiss and the last I'm coming home soon, but then try my best to keep him, she said. I'm in distress. I can't come to terms all now. Him that I keep asking, where's Daddy? Daddy's not dead. Daddy's just sick and him coming home in bandages, she said before adding, it's a hard one, a really hard one. She also described him as a people person and not a troublemaker. Rodriguez now wants to know why her son was murdered. Me nah question God, but why me baby wanna trouble people? Why me baby wanna trouble people? Me baby nah fire shot and fit dead by shot. Me baby not trouble people. Me can't bear this. Me can't digest the one ya, she said while weeping. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.